With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Sin City as we are at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway's the Bullring for the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour. Round number 11 of this season. Just 2 weeks remaining, as tonight is the penultimate race of the season. And not only is it tonight that, it is the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series finale, where we have 3 drivers within 1 point of each other. Tanner Tallarico and Zach Nichols come tied into the point standings here tonight, in only 1 point ahead of Andrew Payne, and Braxton Luis just 2 points back from Nichols and Tallarico. It is going to be an exciting night of racing. The overall championship, well, Zach Nichols leads that one, headed in here to the Bullring. Nice little Bullring D-shaped oval as we take a look at Barney up on the flag stand. My name is Upstate Al, and I am proud to bring you tonight's racing action here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. 175 laps. You see Sin City out off the back behind the main grandstands is 23 drivers have signed in here tonight for round number 11. Here is next week is the season finale for the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour, as we will wrap things up at North Wilkesboro for the season finale. I'd like to thank Postma Flooring for being our title sponsor this season, and whether you are in the need or maybe just looking get a quote, well, Postma Flooring is no further to look. Serving Lower Michigan and specializing in luxury vinyl plank, tile, carpet, and other floor coverings. Contact Zach Postma today to schedule your next flooring covering project at 616-818-8980. Like I said, tonight is also the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series finale, and the LaPlante Racing Products is specializes in prevention of scapuloid, a wrist injury in racing. The patent pending LaPlante steering coupling device, or SCD, is designed by a driver for drivers of open wheel race cars to protect their drivers' wrists and front end impacts across the country. If you are interested in that, look up LaPlante Racing Products and get your scapuloid device ordered today. Qualifying underway right now as we will head into our heat races here tonight. To set tonight's field, everyone will make the show. 24 cars showing up here tonight. In the top of the scoring pylon, the 93 of Andrew Payne going to strike first here tonight as we head into this one. So season finale for the LaPlante Racing Products. Like I said, the penultimate race season for the series. Like I said, next week we will be out at the North Wilkesboro Speedway for the season finale. You will not want to miss that, as we will bring you the live action next Tuesday night, on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And just like that, we are ready to go racing here tonight. As the field starts to populate for race number 1. So you're ready to go. This is your starting lineup. Andrew Payne will start on the pole here tonight for tonight's heat race number 1. Braxton Louise will start on the outside pole in the Interstate Ford number 8. Steve Hoffman will roll off third in the 86 and outside him the number 2 of Jimmy Gawker. Andrew Hardings and Ron Hart make up row number 3 in your fourth and final row here tonight. Will be the number 38 of David Payton and the Home Depot number 2 of John DeMeester. That is your 8-car field here for heat race number 1 for the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour on LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series finale here at the Bullring. I'd like to welcome everybody out there watching on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let those drivers know you appreciate their efforts out there tonight as the field warming up their brakes. And this heat race, a chance to better your starting position here for tonight. Heat race number 1, going to get ready to roll up off of turn number 4. And into the Postma Flooring restart zone. Green flag is up when our first green flag of the night is underway. Andrew Harding's quickly working up underneath the number 2 of Gawker, the 51 of Ron Hart right there as well. Trying to roll the bottom is Andrew Payne out onto the front of this one. Side-by-side battle back for the 5th spot. Ron Hart going to get there. Now he sees a little bit of daylight opening up on the inside. He'll roll to the inside of the 45 of Andrew Hardings. And Hardings, who made a quick move on the start of this one, he's on the outside. And early on, and I don't believe in these 10-lap heat races, that outside will have enough time to come in. But in tonight's main event, we will see that happen. And David Payton trying to make some move to the inside. Meanwhile, up front, things starting to tighten up as we go on board with the number 8 of Braxton Deweese. Deweese comes in 1 point or 2 points behind the 93 in the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series standings as they will try to battle it out. Andrew Payne is your race leader. This time by it'll be 5 laps in, 5 laps to go here in heat race number 1. If you're wondering where Racing Jason is, well, unfortunately he has vacated the seats and will be back hopefully with us in the fall. Right now we watch Andrew Payne up on the outside there showing the way. But Braxton and Luis are really starting to apply the pressure with 3 laps to go. Can Deweese make something happen? Off a turn forward, parallel flags will be up. 2 laps to go for Andrew Payne, who started on the pole, has led every lap. Braxton Deweese right there as well in the number 2 spot. They run over Hoffman. Everybody kind of settling it out now amongst themselves as the white silk will fly. Final trip around the Bullring here in heat race number 1. Down the backstretch through turns 3 and 4. Andrew Payne gonna plant the flag first here at the Bullring and pick up the heat race win here in heat race number 1. So Andrew Payne going to pick up the win over Braxton Deweese and Steve Hoffman, Ron Hart, Jimmy Gawker, your top 5. Patton Hardings and DeMeester will make up your field. Here we go with heat race number 2 up onto the racetrack, and this is your starting lineup. On the pole with the number 33 is Justin Brooks, and outside of him the number 1 of Tanner Tallarico. Charles Darling and Tim Rogers will make up row number 2. Braden Cook and Colby Garrett in row number 3. In your fourth and final row, Noah Boucher and the number 78 of J.J. McRae. That is your 8-car scheduled. Feels like 7 cars going to take to the grid here in heat race number 2. Another 10 laps of action coming to you. As we'll have one more heat race here tonight. So the field rolling behind there. First start of the season for Justin Brooks and the Justin Brooks Designs number 33. Tanner Tallarico on the HendrickCars.com number 1 up on the outside. Chuck Darling in the 88. Tim Rogers in the Skull Bandit car here tonight. Braden Cook and Colby Garrett in row number 2. And Noah Boucher shotgun on the field. Into the Postma Flooring restart zone. Justin Brooks will lead the field to the green flag as they roll through the corner off of turn number 4. Green flag is up and we are underway. Brooks jumps out to that early race lead. Now Tallarico and the 88 of Chuck Darling run there side by side for spot number 2. Tallarico going to find a hole though to get down as he'll try to cross over. Darling up off the corner. Darling runs a little bit of a defensive line, and the one of Tallarico nowhere to go with that run. Oh, back there, the 5 of Rogers hard on the outside wall. The 48 going to go through the spin cycle. And I believe our first yellow flag of the evening going to come out here in heat race number 2. So the Tallarico Boardwalk Subs yellow flag will fly. And a little bit of see what actually happened there. Down into the corner. Come off the corner in the 40. Oh, got a little into there, and I don't think Rogers liked it, and I don't think really a little bit of chewing tobacco and Bud Light taste well together. They definitely don't mix well together on the racetrack. So our first yellow flag of the evening will come out. Lights should go out this time by, as I believe the lights will extinguish on the pace car next time by. They've added a lap here in our heat race. Number 2. Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs serving West Michigan with Jersey-style soup salads and subs. Make sure while you are in the area, stop at a Tallarico's Boardwalk Sub and tell them the American Sim Racing Club has sent you. Lights go out on the pace car as we take a look on the side of that race car. Fast lap of this race was a 14.87 set by the number 33 of Justin Brooks as we get ready to go here in our qualifier through the corner. Green flag is up and we are back underway. Tallarico down to the inside. Chuck Darling up the racetrack is now Noah Boucher going to make it 3 wide. He'll think better of it, backs out of it. Colby Garrett in the 48 car rolling the outside of the speedway, trying to take that spot back away. Next time by, there'll be cross flags. Will be 5 laps in, 5 laps to go. As Brooks leads over Tallarico, the battle is side by side back here as Boucher working the inside of that 48 car, and Tim Rogers trying to find a way back towards the front. Every position matters on the starting grid as that battle kind of settles itself back out. The LaPlante Racing Products number 16 and Noah Boucher runs in 5th right there behind Chuck Darling. Meanwhile, everybody out onto the racetrack Chasing down that man, the 33 of Justin Brooks, who has opened up to a 1 second lead here in heat race number 2. He'll see the 2 flags up. 2 laps to go here in heat race number 2. Off of turn number 4, Brooks is going to pick up the heat race win over Tallarico. Braden Cook with a good run in the 3rd spot. Chuck Darling, Noah Boucher, Garrett, Rogers, and McRae was a DNS here for heat race number 2. It is now our 3rd and final heat race gets lined up onto the race up on the front stretch. And this is your starting lineup. Starting on the point will be the driver out of Woodstock, Georgia, the number 35 of Hayden Swank. Outside of him, the number 7, this is Daryl Dillon. Craigie Long, a multi-feature winner this season in the 21, will roll off 3rd. And outside of him, the number 36, this is Brad Gresham. Devin McDonald and Zach Coyer will make up row number 3. And Mike McCaskill and T.J. Hassan, your top 4. Field will start to roll away as they will roll down the front stretch. We got Jamie out there. Jamie, we miss you, buddy. We understand work comes first. I was in the same boat. We were able to make the late flight out here, though. Takes a little bit longer towing that race car, so we miss you, Jamie. We'll see you hopefully next week at the season finale at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. So with that being said, it's going to come down between Andrew Payne, Tanner Tallarico, and Braxton DeWeese this week, as both Zach Nichols and Jaden Kratacci are not in attendance here tonight. So heat race number 3 getting ready to go live. It'll be a 10-lap contest. Green flag is up, and we are underway with our 3rd and final heat race. Good jump by Swank over along one car. That was Daryl Dillon up on the outside to the 18 now. He'll sling by, pop the top, and try to run away from that number 7. That is Devin McDonald. Brad Gresham, Mike McCaskill, and Zach Coyer in 6th and 7th. And this track, a very difficult racetrack to try to get around in a good manner. And we're going to see our bit of contact here tonight. These corners very tight, a little bit different entry and exit lines for the drivers. As meanwhile, up front, the 35 of Swank, he is starting to feel the pressure from that number 21 car. Craigie Long looking for a heat race win here. Devin McDonald, Dylan Gresham, Coyer, and McCaskill. All running here. 5 laps already into this one. Now the battle for 3rd. Daryl Dillon in the priority 1 number 7 car working underneath. He'll take that 3rd spot away from McDonald as he tries to work his way back towards the front. Remember, he started on outside pole here in this heat race. Zach Coyer up to 5th as he's moved up 2 spots from the drop of the green flag. Craigie Long, though, trying to make something happen. Can he do something in the closing laps here? Just 2 laps to go. As the field rolls through turns 3 and 4, they'll see the white flag fly. Final trip around the speedway. Oh, Swank a little bit high in turn 1. Does that give Long a little bit? He slips the tires once again. One last ditch effort for Long. He's not going to get there. Hayden Swank will lead green the checkered here in the heat race. Number 3, Long, Dillon, McDonald, Coyer, Gresham, and McCaskill will round out your field here in our third and final heat race. And just like that, all racing activity, prelim activity, should be done. As now we'll head up into the practice session, and we'll take a look now at your heat races here tonight. Your results from heat race number 1. Just as a reminder, it was Andrew Payne picking up that win over Braxton Luis and Steve Hoffman, your top 3. In heat race number 2, we saw Justin Brooks, Tanner Tallarico, and Braden Cook, your podium finishers. And in the third and final heat race of the evening, Hayden Swank, Craigie Long, and Daryl Dillon rounded out your top 3. So that was your top 9 cars here in competition for tonight. As the cars will get out on the practice, and we're going to take a quick moment away to take and pay some bills. We'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour live on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Bowling brings people together.
Right down the middle. You got it. Uh-oh. Good job.
See what you can do, man.
Wait.
That's a strike right there.
Woo!
Connect with family and friends. Go bowling. Bowling brings people together.
Right down the middle. You got it. Uh-oh. Good job.
See what you can do, man.
Wait.
That's a strike right there.
Woo!
Connect with family and friends. Go bowling.
Welcome back here to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway's the Bullring. Here underneath the lights in Las Vegas, Nevada. You can see the big NASCAR track off of turn number 3 all lit up. And off of the front stretch, you can see Sin City here in Las Vegas. Where, well, don't bet the house if you can't afford to lose it. That's the main thing here as we look forward to tonight's main event. Top 12 cars are going to get inverted from our qualifiers here to the top 4. It was the invert pill that was drawn out here tonight as we look forward to the 2025 race number 11 of 12. As we take a look at we'll give you a rundown of your current overall standings, which is the overall short track championship with the current top 10 in standings. We have Zach Nichols out in front with 925 points. Second place is Jimmy Gawker with a total of 797. And 782 to Andrew Payne. Ron Hart is fourth, and Hayden Swank rounds out your top 5 in those standings. Like I said, coming in here to tonight, Zach Nichols and Tanner Tallarico were tied upon the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series Championship standings, tonight being the season finale of that. So now it is going to be a 3-way battle between Tanner Tallarico, Andrew Payne, and Braxton Luis atop of that. Without further ado, let's give you tonight's starting lineup for tonight's 125 lap main event, and this is your starting lineup. On the pole will be Devin McDonald out of Newfoundland, and outside of him the BNC Racing car number 88. This is Chuck Darling. Third starting spot will be Ron Hart in the 51, and outside of him the number 7 is Daryl Dillon. Your fifth starter is Braden Cook out of Michigan, and Steve Hoffman will roll off in spot number 6. Inside row number 4, we'll see Greggy Long, and outside of him, the number 1 of Tanner Tallarico. Braxton Luis in the Interstate Ford will roll off 8, and then Hayden Swank out of Woodstock, Georgia will roll off in P10. Heat race number 1 winner, Justin Brooks will roll off 11th, and Andrew Payne will roll off 12th. 13th starting spot, we'll see Jimmy Gawker. Noah Boucher will roll off 14th. Row number 8, see Zach Coyer and David Payton as they will dance here to the green flag. Colby Garrett and Brad Gresham will make up rows number 9 and row number 10. Andrew Hardings and Tim Rogers. In your final 2 cars here tonight will be Mike McCaskill and John DeMeester. JJ McCray and TJ Hassan unable to make the call. 125 laps here tonight in the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series finale. We will crown a Triple Crown champion as we get ready to go racing. Devin McDonald is your pole sitter with 22 cars. There behind them, we all work towards the green flag. And what should be a fairly entertaining race here. I believe we're going to see that outside lane come into play if we can get a long enough green flag run here this evening. Inside is right where you want to be, right down on those rumble strips or near them. But if you get below that, it will offset the cars. The inside of that racetrack gets flat, unloads the suspension, we can see some trouble. But Charles Darling and Devin McDonald will lead the field to the green flag as they come up off of the corner. Green flag is up, light bulbs are flying. We are underway with tonight's main event. Everybody making it through turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. Ron Hart quickly making it down to the inside, trying to make it up towards the front of this one. Side by side battle. Hart quickly into the number 2 spot. He's bringing Braden Cook. Cook looking pretty sporty here early on tonight. Greggy Long down to the inside. A little bit of rubbing. Sometimes 8 wheels make it better. Long trying to take that 5th spot away. Braxton Luis, Justin Brooks right there, nose to tail as well. A little bit of an evasive move as the 7 of Dillon was in a little bit of trouble up off of turn number 2. No harm, no foul. Everyone doing a good job here at the start of this one. Brooks down to the inside. He's going to fill that hole. Braxton Luis up into the number 6 spot. He's brought Brooks, who started back in 12th. As the all work around here is the battle for that championship for the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series. If it were to finish right now, I believe Braxton DeWeese would be crowned that champion. Again, we'll have to wait for all the official. Whereas there's Ron Hart starting to apply the pressure. Already 6 laps in, starting lap number 7. As the field rolls around. Oh, into the outside fence just a little bit. Oh, Greggy Long up the racetrack. That's not going to be good as they have got the inside lane all but wound up on the inside. You can see Braxton DeWeese down there using those rumble strips as I had talked about in the pre-race. Doing a good job down through turns 3 and 4 and a good battle there. And as these tires on the racetrack heat up, I think you're going to start seeing some movement on the racetrack itself to try to find that grip. Early on, that inside lane is where you want to be. Jimmy Gawker a little bit back here was just on the outside as Hayden Swank trying to make there. But yellow is Ron Hart around. Andrew Payne in trouble. Is Devin McDonald, your race leader, in trouble as well as our first Tallarico Boardwalk Sub yellow flag comes out and slows the field. Let's see what happened here as they were racing down the front stretch into turn number 1. Ron Hart behind him gets into the corner and just gets into the back bumper. Braden Cook nowhere to go as well. He gets turned there, and ooh, that could be trouble for the 93. Hard front end contact there for the 93 of Andrew Payne, who gets turned back around. Well, on board. And around they will go, and some fast race cars caught up on this one. And you can see the damage to Andrew Payne's car. It looks like they will be coming down pit road. Andrew Payne and Devin McDonald coming down to the attention of their crew here underneath our first yellow flag of the evening. Meanwhile, your race leader, the 38 of Braden Cook, up on the front of this one. He'll have the start there, and you see a little bit of damage to the 8 car of Braxton DeWeese. Justin Brooks up to the 4th spot already. He was very quick in his heat race. We'll have to start on that dreaded outside here as the field rolls into turns 3 and 4 and into the Postma flooring, laying it down a restart zone. Is here we go. Green flag is up and we are back underway. A good jump by the 88 of Chuck Darling is now the 8 of Braxton DeWeese quickly down there. Can the 7 of Dylan hold the 33 up on the outside? It's like rushing. It's like playing the roulette wheel out there on the racetrack. You never know when that yellow flag may fall, and you want to kind of position yourself to be in an odd position so you can get that inside starting position. Dylan into their 3rd spot. They are going to try to go 3 wide on the front stretch, and they are still 3 wide. The 8 of Hoffman hits the hooks as Justin Brooks was downstairs as the 88 of Darling was upstairs. And those walls closed in quick. Brooks quickly back into the 4th spot as he tries to make his way towards the front. How about Cold Beer Zach Coyer? 7 spots up as the feature time is the right time for that number 13 car. Noah Boucher doing a good job up into the 9th spot as well. Is everybody trying to make their way back towards the front of the field. But meanwhile, Braxton Luis has taken the race lead away from Cook. That was the passenger race lead. And Dylan's now coming through. Here comes Brooks into the third spot. And Braxton Luis trying to get up and run away. So he knows he's got some fast company coming there behind him. Daryl Dillon running in spot number 2 as he tries to close in on the number 8 of Braxton Luis. Luis down there hitting there. Here comes the battle for second. Brooks taking a look down to the inside. Brooks down low, trying to make something happen down to the inside. Can he take that second spot away? Dylan not going to battle him too hard. He'll fall back to third. Now Justin Brooks on the attack, trying to chase down the number 8 of Braxton Luis. Steve Hoffman down to the inside. He draws the sword up to the inside of the Quick Time Motorsports Media of the 38 of Cook. And Cook here led some laps here, now falling back to 6 after getting shuffled to the outside. Just under 100 laps to go. A little bit deeper in the pack. Andrew Payne starting to make his way back towards the front after being caught up in that yellow flag there. So Payne working underneath McCaskill. And the 18 of Devin McDonald trying to make his way towards the front as he was your race leader. The other car involved with that was Ron Hart, and Hart is starting to move his way back through the field up to the 15th spot after having to go back to the back of the field. Meanwhile, up front, things starting to tighten up. Justin Brooks chasing down the 8 of Braxton Luis. You see a little bit of left front damage on Brooks's car. And we documented the right front damage. As Brooks takes a peek to the inside, can't do anything with it. Braxton going to hold the wheel pretty. Brooks taking a peek to the inside. He's going to dive it in deep, and Luis not going to challenge him too hard. Allows the 33 of Brooks to the race lead. Big picture racing right now for the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series winner for Braxton Luis, as he's got a few spots on his rivals of Tallarico and Andrew Payne. So plenty of time left to go. And you gotta wonder, is that right front damage start hurting? Did the toe get knocked out on the number 8 of Braxton Luis? The car still having pace, but Justin Brooks about a tenth faster. This is getting back out into the race lead. Tanner Tallarico and Chuck Darling battling for position. That is the battle for 7th on the racetrack. It'll be the battle for 6th. Here's Tallarico biding his time, trying to make a move on the 88 of Darling. See the battle there is Darling. The gap continues to close a little bit over Tallarico to about 0.3 of a second. Everybody kind of just finding their P's and Q's a little bit deeper behind them. You see the number 13 of Zach Coyer and Jimmy Gawker battling it out. The battle of the white and silver cars. And the 13 of Coyer is going to take that 9th spot away, but Gawker says not so fast. Tries to cross him over. He'll get down to that left rear corner, but will the 13 get the drive off? He will down the backstretch, and he will clear. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Braxton Louise back to the 3rd spot, and here comes Steve Hoffman underneath him. So Hoffman's car coming to life, and Steve Hoffman, I tell you, if it wasn't for bad luck, that driver would have no luck this season. As Colby Garrett goes around, and our yellow flag will fly as Garrett sits nose first down into the turn 3 and 4. Wall, and he tries to get pointed back in the right direction. Let's see what exactly happened to Garrett. He was working there with the 35 of Hayden Swank. That would have been the battle for the 12th position, and just got on the brakes and around it went, and that is very easy to do here. If you have not wheeled a car here at the Bullring, it is one of the easiest things to do. Get that the brake bias a little bit too much, and have to jab the brakes, stay off the car in front of you. It really unloads the suspension. And around it will go Braxton Louise, going to come off the racetrack running in the 4th spot. So Louise coming down pit road here on lap 45. And he brings the number 1 of Tallarico with him. So this will definitely shuffle up. And you can see Tallarico and Swank taking tires, but the 8 car, the crew working on that race car, trying to get some damage fixed as the cars will roll off of turn number 4. You can see at the lead. And the 8 gonna get away and stay on the lead lap. Get as much damage fixed as possible. So I'm pretty sure some extensive damage to the 8 car, hindering the drivability of that race car. Meanwhile, Brooks will lead the field into turns 3 and 4 into the Postma Flooring restart zone. Green flag is up, and we are underway. Good battle back there for the number 2 spot. Justin Brooks likes to see that in the rear view mirror. Side by side battle. Steve Hoffman going to work underneath the 7 of Dylan. He's trying to bring the 21 of Greggy Long as he will fill that hole. Noah Boucher looking pretty racy up inside the top 5. Boucher into the turns 3 and 4 as he sees the 7 priority 1 entry up on the outside, and he has to make a evasive move to stay off of him as turn 4 comes up very quick. It gets very narrow up off the corner. And the outside there, more contact. Gawker gonna go around, and the yellow flag will fly. Tanner Tallarico goes around as well. So definitely not a night where you want to. Ooh. And the 2 of Gawker almost getting Hoffman. Like I said, nothing but bad luck for that driver. We'll see what happened with Hoffman. It all started with Jimmy Gawker racing up underneath the 7 of Dylan down into the corner. Gets in the corner. Oh, the 7 got a little nudge from Coyer, and that got into the 2, and around he went. Tallarico comes in, slides, hits pretty good with the right rear quarter panel. Hopefully it did not do any damage 2. That is Gawker will come down pit road. So quickly moving in towards the halfway point of tonight's 125 lap main event presented by LaPlante Racing Products. As Justin Brooks leads it, you can see a lot of comers and goers here, and Boucher up to 11 spots here in this feature, but Justin Brooks up 10. Tim Rogers and Mike McCaskill inside the top 10. They're also up double digits. So a lot of comers and goers. We know we've had a few yellow flags here to kind of help with that. And some drivers coming down pit road. Devin McDonald, Daryl Dillon, and Braxton Luis all on pit road as the field rolls off of turn number 4. So the field doubles up once again. We're going to go back green flag racing. Justin Brooks electing the outside here in the Postma flooring restart zone. We'll get the momentum up on the outside. Green flag is up. And we are back underway, and a good restart by Brooks. Greggy Long going to let him down to in front of him in spot number 2. Noah Boucher going to quickly move into that 3 spot. Zach Boyer making his way towards the front. Everyone vying for that real estate on the inside. Tim Rogers in the Skulk Bandit entry. The driver out of Binghamton down there working. How about Andrew Payne now? He's in the catbird seat of winning the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series. As Andrew Payne was involved in that yellow flag number 1. He has made his way up inside the top 10. Tanner Tallarico as well up there. We'll have to see how the advancements of the number 8 of Braxton Luis fares here as we close in on the halfway point. Jimmy Gawker trying to get up underneath the number 05 of McCaskill. McCaskill slamming the door shut. Daryl Dillon in the 7 car works the outside of the Bud Light entry of the 38 of Colby Garrett. Garrett down 1 lap to the cars he is racing with right now. Ooh, contact between Hardings and Dillon. That is a battle for position. Oh, 1 car sideways. Hang on to it. That's Chuck Darling. As the lead lap car is battling it on, and they try to work around the 48 of Garrett. Garrett getting bounced around like a bouncy ball back here as Braxton Luis now puts on the attack, but up front, Hoffman starting to make his way back towards the front. Zach Hoyer looking to take that 3rd and final rung on the podium away from Noah Boucher. Boucher up the racetrack, going to have to get on the brakes, and that's going to break the momentum and allow both Hoyer and Hoffman by. Rogers going to come to the inside. Boucher going to go around. And the yellow flag will fly here on the front stretch for Noah Boucher, who is running inside the top 5. Got stuck to that outside, and Rogers nowhere to go with the left rear quarter panel up off of turn number 4. Not enough time to check up, I do not believe. Let's go on board. You see him working the outside. Boucher down on the outside, comes up out the corner and just, reaching for the same real estate. And we are slowed once again here. Tough break for Boucher. Justin Brooks leads this one. And Zach Quayer going to come down pit road from the third starting spot. Or from the third running spot. So Quayer down on pit road. Braden Cook coming down as well. And a host of other drivers coming down pit road, including Braxton Deweese. Quayer taking tires, and I believe the 8 car going to hit his box. We'll see if the car gets jacked up at all. It looks like more damage being fixed on the 8 car. So Brooks, your race leader, just past the halfway. Greggy Long runs in second. Steve Hoffman is third. Tim Rogers fourth. Andrew Payne is fifth. Hayden Swank, Tallarico seventh. Eighth is David Payton, Brad Gresham, and Jimmy Gawker, your top 10. Mike McCaskill, Andrew Hardings make up 11th and 12th. Jeff Dillon, or Daryl Dillon, Charles Darling, Zach Hoyer, Braden Cook, John DeMeester, Noah Boucher, Braxton Deweese, and Devin McDonald. Your cars on the lead lap. Colby Garrett 1 lap down in 21st, and Ron Hart out of the race early after being involved in lap number, the yellow flag on our first one. Back on the loud penalty going, and here comes the bid for second. Steve Hoffman took a look to the inside. They're going to be 2 wide, maybe 3 wide. How about Rogers working the outside of the speedway? He's trying to find some ground up there. Oh, trouble out back is McCaskill. In trouble up on the outside of the racetrack, and the Tallarico Boardwalk Subs yellow flag will come out once again for the 5th time. The yellow flag coming out here once again. This should allow some of our drivers to come back down pit road to get damage fixed, I would assume. As Justin Brooks loves it, as the laps tick off underneath the yellow flag. Greggy Long runs in second, Hoffman in third, and this time Colby Garrett going to get back on the lead lap. So all 21 cars on the lead lap now that are left running on the racetrack. .33 of Justin Brooks, your race leader. Greggy Long running in second. Steve Hoffman is third. Tim Rogers runs fourth. How about Andrew Payne? And P number 5, Hayden Swank up to 6. Tanner Tallarico with a nice recovery back inside the top 10 to a 7th. Jimmy Gawker is 8th. Andrew Harding 9th, and Chuck Darling in the 10th spot. Field rolls down the backstretch, and the turns 3 and 4 is 2 cars come off pit road to stay on the lead left. I believe that was Deweese and McDonald. But off a turn number 4, and Brooks working the outside of the racetrack once again on this restart into the Postma Flooring restart zone. Green flag is up, and we are back underway. In trouble as Hayden Swank going to cause a pile up here on the front stretch, and immediately back underneath the yellow flag, and I believe the 35 may have lost a gear or missed the shift there on the start. We'll have to go back and dissect this one. Let's take a look here and see as the field rolls through turns 3 and 4. You see him get ready to go, and yeah, it looks like he just maybe shifted in the wrong way, and around he will go. Boucher nowhere to go. The 38, David Payton, comes to a stop to avoid contact. Yep, is all she wrote. So Hayden Swank going to be now trapped down 1 lap after the field had passed him by before he could turn back around. Field rolling into turns 3 and 4. We should get the white flag displayed as the field. Lights should go out on top of the pace car, which it does. So we're ready to go back to green flag racing. Field rolling into the Postma flooring restart zone, and we are back underway. Good start by Brooks. Hill clear to 21. Is more trouble, and the yellow flag immediately back out. As Brad Gresham, Braxton Luis involved in Hayden Swank. So let's see what happened on this restart. Swank down in the inside. Oh, got into the Gresham. And that got into the right rear quarter panel there. And 3 cars facing backwards. Well, they settle this one out. We will take a quick break here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour. And welcome back here to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway's The Bullring. As right now the Bull's out there and he has gotten some of these guys riled up here as we try to get to some laps under green flag. Green flag back up though. We are back underway. A good restart that time of the 33 of Brooks and Steve Hoffman trying to get around the outside of the 21 of Long. Everyone side by side behind them. Your top 2 cars get single file quickly. Tellerico to the inside of Andrew Payne. And if the 45 of Hardings get by through there, that will be a tie at top of the score as 1 car around Zach Coyer. As the 8th yellow flag will fly. What started out to be a good race is now as the pay window starts to get greased up, everyone's patience running short. As Coyer gets turned down in turns 3 and 4. Let's see what happened. You see him working up underneath the 38 there as the 48 looks down to the inside and yep, not gonna work. On the left rear quarter panel. Not sure Coyer knew he was there or not, but on the restart, you gotta go for it, I suppose. I don't know. Hayden Swank gonna get back on the lead lap, or get one of his laps back. I believe that will put him on the lead lap now. And the 38 quickly going to dive to pit road. Brooks was like, come on, just 35 laps to go. Well, 36 at the line. So the field rolling down into the corner into the Postma Flooring restart zone. Green flag is back up. We're back underway. Top two cars get single file out pretty quickly. Tim Rogers now trying to make his way underneath Steve Hoffman. Hoffman on the outside. Here comes Tanner Tallarico. He's got Andrew Payne there on the back bumper. Tallarico needs Payne to finish a couple cars behind him for a chance at the LaPlante Racing Products Championship. I'm not sure what the tiebreaker is. We would have to wait for the official word on that. But up front, Justin Brooks leads it. And here comes Jimmy Gawker underneath Hoffman. Noah Boucher, who's inside the top five. Oh, around we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Chuck Darling checked up there for cars in front of him, and people behind him could not see through as he will go around. He'll stay on the lead lap, though. Dillon and McCaskill making contact, and the 88 down to the inside gets on the binders to stay off the backside of the 38, and Dillon with a head of steam battling with McCaskill. And the center punches the rear back bumper, and around goes Darling. And as Dillon nowhere really to go on it, racing hard for position. So Justin Breck still leads over Greggy Long in the 21 car. Tim Rogers runs third. Tallarico is fourth. Andrew Payne, 5. Jimmy Gawker, a nice recovery back to the 6th spot. 7th spot will be Hoffman. 8th is Hardings. Boucher and Cook, your top 10. McCaskill runs 11th. 12th is DeWeese. A nice recovery there. 14th spot is David Payton. Zach Coyer is 15th. Brad Gresham, John DeMeester, Daryl Dillon, Charles Darling, Hayden Swank, and Colby Garrett on pit road. Single file restart here is we are ready to go back. Green flag racing. Justin Brooks, Reggie Long up on the front. Green flag is up. We are back underway. Everybody gonna get through turns 3 and 4. Gawker on the move. Look at Hardings down to the inside underneath Steve Hoffman. Boucher says, not so fast. I'm coming through. Noah Boucher looking to take that 8th spot away from Hardings. He will do so. Down the backstretch into turn number 3, and the teammates, the 38 of Cook right there as well. How about Braxton Lewis got the damage fixed as best as they could on that race car. He gets a little bit of a shot there as McCaskill trying to make a move on him. Couldn't quite do anything with it. 24 laps to go for Justin Brooks, still up at the front of this one. Grant Gresham back here making a good battle. All right, David Payton and the 18 of McDonald. Meanwhile, up front, Tallarico underneath Rogers. That's the battle for third. Tallarico back marching towards the front. Here comes the 93 of Andrew Payne. Hoffman as well. He'll draw the rope tight onto the back bumper of the 93 and keep the 5 car up on the outside. He'll find a home in front of Jimmy Gawker. Everybody minding their P's and Q's. They work around this racetrack. So we look from high above from our blimp cam with 21 laps to go. Noah Boucher now up underneath the 5 of Rogers. Hoffman as well makes a move past Andrew Payne. So Hoffman put in a spot between himself and Tallarico. Justin Brooks leads over Long. This time by it'll be 18 laps to go. Greggy Long is in second. Tallarico is third. Deweese inside the top 10. Nice recovery for Braxton Deweese as he works on working through the field. Doing a good job recovering after spending some time on pit road. The never quit attitude of that race team. Why he's a championship threat each and every season. Deweese down to the inside. He'll move past Hardings. Give Deweese the 9th spot. Meanwhile, Tallarico has left a little bit of a gap between himself and the 86 of Hoffman as he's trying to chase down Greggy Long, who runs in second. Third spot is Tallarico. Fourth, Hoffman, Payne, and Gawker. Boucher, Cook, Deweese, Harding's your top 10. This time that'll be 12 laps to go for Justin Brooks. Greggy Long running in second. Tallarico's third. That is your top 3. Everything kind of single filing itself out right now as we look. Zach Coyer up into the top 10. As he'll look to chase down the 8 of Deweese. Deweese on the attack, trying to get by the 38 car of Braden Cook and Noah Boucher. He's closing in on the 2 car. Of Gawker. Payne runs in the 5th spot. Yellow, yellow, yellow. As yellow flag comes out here is Dylan. In trouble once again up off of turn number 2. The priority 1 entry gets going back towards the right direction. We'll see what happened. Racing with McCaskill and in the 88 car. Get down in the corner and McCaskill didn't like the bump and around goes the 7 of Dylan. I don't think they will be sitting at the same hold'em table at the conclusion of this one. That will close the field back in as Brooks tries to hold off Greggy Long. Now we'll have the number 1 of Tanner Tallarico. Right there behind him. We should get the green flag back out racing by, I believe, 5 laps to go. So we have a 5-lap shootout. Brooks will elect to take the outside here. Pace car down on the pit road. into turns 3 and 4. Green flag is up. We are back underway. A good restart by Hoffman. He'll work to the outside of Tanner Tallarico. Hoffman, a little bit of a wiggle. That's going to allow the 93 to close in right there behind them. Contact behind them. Here comes Braxton DeWeese. Payne to the inside. He's got the fourth spot for the time being, but the Hoffman battles right back on the outside. Everyone fighting tooth and nail for position as we close in on the end of this one. This time by parallel flags are up. 2 laps to go for Justin Brooks. Hoffman dives it down low. That's going to put Payne. Here comes the 16 of Boucher. The door gets slammed shut on Boucher. Final trip though for this man, the driver of the number 33, Justin Brooks. Final trip down the backstretch. Craigie Long running in second. Off of turn number 4, they'll come to the checkered flag. Justin Brooks is going to pick up the win. Trouble behind him. Long, Tallarico, Hoffman, and Payne, your top 5. Boucher will come home 6th. Gawker, Hardings, McDonald, and DeWeese. Your top 10 is Justin Brooks from 12th to the win here tonight at the Bullring. He'll pull down here on the front stretch, as he will do the Polish victory lap, saluting a jam-packed crowd here for the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour as the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series comes to an end here tonight. We'll wait for official word on that champion, but as we do, we'll head downstairs as we'll head to the LaPlante Racing Products Victory Lane for the LaPlante Racing Products post-race show here this evening. All right. Down here on the victory lane with tonight's race winner, the driver who started in P number 12. Made it look fairly easy, but Justin, man, I tell you, those yellow flags in this racetrack, this is a real rhythm racetrack. How hard is it to get right back into the rhythm after a rash of yellows like that?
I mean, it's just another thing for him. I mean, you just got to put your foot forward and just focus on the task at hand and just do the same thing you always do. I mean, it's not too bad. It's just when you're restarting double file after going single file and you got to worry about people jumping to start. That's really the only thing you got to worry about. So I mean, it ain't too bad. It's just, like I said, getting back into the game.
I mean, how'd you get it done from 12th? This track notoriously pretty hard for passing, and knowing that you had to start back there. Back in P11, P12, after winning your heat race win, you knew it was a daunting task at hand, but your car looked very good all night long.
Yeah, just had to be methodical and peek my nose at the right places and hope people wouldn't block me or anything. And thankfully, people were pretty tolerant about giving room and all for the most part. But it made it a challenge because obviously starting back there, then I got some left front damage. I'm not sure how bad it was. I could definitely tell, like, whenever I was pushing the car, that something went right with the steering. It was definitely making me tighter than I wanted to be. So I backed my pace down when I was out front, try to conserve a little tire, knowing that whenever I did push it, and backed it down. And there at the end, I mean, Greg was pretty fast. Like I said, the damage was definitely hurting me at the end. The cautions definitely weren't in my favor because I was pulling them there right at the end. Then we had a yellow, so I wasn't looking forward to that, but I got a good clean restart, was able to hold them off. So I mean, it's like I said, just trying to keep your car clean for the most part, which I did a pretty decent job at. I tried to avoid that. By the time I looked up in front of me, they were spun out and I clipped somebody, and that's all she wrote when it come to that. But I just tried to make best of what I had from there on out and decided not to pit because I had a feeling like I could get involved in somebody's mess in the back or have a lot more damage than expected or something crazy like that. So I decided to stay out and just try to play the long game, play it smart, set conserve tires, and go when I need it, and it ended up working out.
He did a great job there, and definitely that the damage there back on the first yellow flag when the leaders got tangled there. And this track, it seems like it's very wide, but it's also very narrow, especially on that front stretch. So you did a great job avoiding everything, working yourself up through the field. I believe 1 for 1. Will we see you next week at North Wilkesboro?
Possibly. I love North Wilkesboro. I might show up. I haven't been raced at all, and I racing at all lately. This is my first laps I've turned since the ARCA car came out, and before that I hadn't run any laps in 2 to 3 months, or however long it's been now. So I mean, I'm just trying to get a little back acclimated with the sim. Took a little break from it. Just got burned out with it. So I mean, we'll see. I might. It all depends what I'm doing at night.
It sounds like a plan. Well, we'll roll the red carpet out for you, sir, and let you thank those that make it all possible to be here in LaPlante Racing Products Victory Lane.
Yeah, I'll thank you first and foremost. It's good to see you again. I hadn't seen you and probably talked to you in, about 9-10 years or so since the upstate days. I want to thank the league for welcoming me in to come and race with these guys. I had a blast. There's quite a few new faces, and it was a pleasure to race against some of them. Some familiar faces. Just give a plug to myself, justinbrooksdesigns.com. That's pretty much it.
Hey, you let the cat out of the bag. I wasn't sure if you would, let people know that how old we actually are. I feel like we've been around forever on the sim racing area. It's good to see you once again, and congratulations once again on the win here tonight.
Yep, thank you, brother.
All right, Justin Brooks going to pick up tonight's win, holding off this man, the driver that stands to his left, the driver of the 21, Greggy Long. And Greggy, man, you had some pace there at the end of that one. On that last restart, did you just need a few more laps, you think?
Yeah, honestly, I think I needed maybe 5-10 more laps. Justin was dealing with a little bit of damage from a wreck that happened early in the race, but it's nice to see the two teammates running up front. Great to see Justin in the league and these fast guys joining in the street stocks. We got Chris Horton, now we got Justin Brooks. It's nice to see some fast guys every week.
Yeah, how much of a challenge does that make it for you and everyone else? I feel like there's probably a good 15 guys that, well, depending on how the night shakes out, could win. It's definitely making a very competitive race league out there. And with one week left to go before a small break before you guys get back to it for the summer series. Man, it's hard to believe the season's already coming to an end. We got North Wilkesboro. What's your thoughts as we leave this tight little Bullring to a very fast half mile?
Just finishing top, finishing towards the front. I know there's a surprise entry coming in for the next week, so I can't wait for everybody on the broadcast to see that. It's going to be pretty cool. Some really fast names going to show up for this Wilkesboro race to get ready for the next season. Hopefully, we're shooting for a top 5. This season's been full of ups and downs with me winning the first 3 weeks and then having a bunch of issues with getting wrecked and not claiming cautions and, just getting impatient trying to get to the front to meet Nichols, which missing him tonight was huge. That would have been a great race between the 3 of us. But yeah, North Wilkesboro is a very fun track. I think tire saving on the right rear is going to be a big thing, and it should be a great race, man.
It definitely should be, and we thank you, for providing a lot of action all season long. Like I said, you guys have put on a great show week in, week out. I know those yellow flags probably get a little bit frustrating towards this racetrack, a very rhythm racetrack of making sure you're hitting your marks. I've always struggled here with that when I was allowed in the driver's seat and before I retired. So, but glad to see you finish second. Who makes it all possible for this race team to be here on the podium?
Well, first, I'd like to thank JGR Racing for bringing me on board, and Jimmy's a great man, and we had a great league and a great team going on here. He had a tough night tonight, and he's had a few tough weeks, but he pulled out a win in the street stocks last week. He did a great job being patient and getting through the field. Everybody who runs me clean in the league, it's been a great year as far as running clean. There's been some racing incidents that have happened, but other than that, I'd like to thank everybody that has ran me clean and given me that same opportunity I give them to run up front.
Well, congratulations, Craigie. Maybe we can get that momentum headed into the off season and carried into next season with a win at North Wilkesboro. We'll look to see what you can do in 1 week's time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hopefully we're gonna be shooting for a championship next season. We're gonna have to fend off Zach Nichols, which is gonna be tough. We're definitely gonna shoot for the stars though and try winning a championship. Considering I have my first 3 wins in 1 season in the ASRC. So next season, hopefully we can carry on and just be more consistent.
All right, sir. Well, thank you for your time. We look forward to seeing what you can do. Best of luck next week, and hopefully be talking to you.
Yep, thank you, and thank you to all the people watching the broadcast. I appreciate everybody.
Greggy Long going to come home in P number 2. Then the man, the myth, and the legend, Tanner Tallarico, going to come home in P number 3, and not for light of the faint of heart, but a very, I would say, a busy race for you out there, getting involved with a couple yellow flags, not of your own doing, and well, you come back 3rd. How did you make that happen?
Yeah, I guess it was a little bit of everything. Yeah, just a real up and down race, but again, I'm able to talk to you afterwards. I guess I'll take it, but yeah, it was a crazy one. Semifinal race of the season. I think everybody's out there trying to scramble and scrape up, every little point that they can get before the season's over with. And yeah, I just, qualified decent and was just kind of planning on riding and kind of biding my time. And it worked to an extent, and then elected to come down and take tires. Really from that point on, it was off the rails. We got turned around there, avoiding a wreck, and thankfully, I don't think really anybody in that one got real substantial damage and were able to bounce back from that. And yeah, the car was good. I was just talking to Justin and Greggy down there in the waiting room. I don't really think I would have had anything for those guys. They were lights out all night long, even on 4 fresh tires. But I did have, if we didn't have that last caution, I think that if that would have stayed green, I probably could have at least reeled them in, but I don't think I would have had enough time to really do anything with them. So yeah, nonetheless, I'm happy. We're cars in one piece. Like the 3rd week in a row I've gotten to talk to you, so must be doing something right, I guess.
You got to bang a little bit of damage out on this race car, maybe take and scuff off some tire marks, but this hot rod looks like she's ready to go for North Wilkesboro for the season finale next week. It's hard to believe season finale out next week, but we know that the summer schedules were just released, and if someone out there is looking for a league to run in, whether it be Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights, they can reach out to the American Sim Racing Club. How does someone get involved? As I know that you are the man up in the control tower on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, first of all, I appreciate you giving me the floor. Oh yeah, it's a great question. I mean, there's a couple different ways everybody can get involved. I would say probably the easiest way would be because everybody's on social media, right? You can tap into our Facebook page, which is just the American Sim Racing Club on Facebook. Alternatively, we also have a private Facebook group where we share a lot of day-to-day activities and whatnot that's going on throughout our series. There you'll be able to find things like rule books, as you said, Al, the schedules and stuff will be on there. Really just everything that goes on a current, as I said, day-to-day basis throughout the league. But we also have a Discord, which is where we're talking right now. We have an ASRC Discord where members are free to come in and hang out, chat it up, jump in channels with your buddies and stuff during races. Again, if anybody's interested in that, we actually have join links on our Facebook group, and again, that's just the American Sim Racing Club on Facebook. And then as far as joining the league, same deal. Search for us on the iRacing leagues page. There'll be 2 of them. You'll see a late model stock league as well as the street stock league that we run on Wednesday nights, and new members are encouraged to join at least one, if not both. We're always looking for new members, and yeah, the new season looks really good. Me and all the other admins, we really put a lot of time into trying to put together a schedule for both, not just the late model stock series, but also our Wednesday night street stock series that kind of caters to a little bit of everybody and really is sort of diverse. Definitely has the short track vibe, but there's a couple tracks sprinkled in there that could put on a really good show that aren't your typical short tracks. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. That kicks off in a little over a month. We'll take about a 3-week break after Wilkesboro next week, kind of get our ducks back in a row, ready to rip, and be right back at it for another 12 weeks throughout the summer.
Definitely going to be a good time here at the American Sim Racing Club, and like I said, we can reach on out if you're interested in being a part of the show. that you guys put on each week. But man, third place finish, a good momentum headed into North Wilkesboro. Who makes it all possible for you?
First things first, I always got to thank the guys, that really helped me make this league go around. It's not just a single person effort. I mean, we got Brett and Dave and Nick and Tim and everybody. Carson jumps in and helps do the broadcast from time to time, and it's just a total team effort that makes this thing all go around. Al, I tell you every time I get a chance, but really, Turn 3 Racing Network, you guys are the real backbone as far as getting these broadcasts out for everybody to view. We're getting good viewership this year, which is major, and we appreciate that big time. As far as the car goes, been running this fictional Hendrick Cars paint scheme, but I do have a couple of people I want to shout out that might be watching or might at least watch a replay from real life. I've got Boardwalk Subs, as well as KRW Performance and Customs, Zealot Brothers Roofing, Accurate Inspections. All those guys help me out a lot in real life, and I really appreciate whether they're helping me in real life or on the sim. And all of our members. Our members are incredible. Probably the most loyal group of members, honestly, on the whole iRacing circuit. We got a great group of guys. Appreciate all of them. I try to tell them every chance I get. And appreciate everything that goes into the league.
Definitely, it takes a team to make something happen. You guys have a good backbone and a good core driver, and it's good to see them come out both nights supporting that, both leagues. So congratulations here with the third place finish. We look forward to maybe seeing you a couple rungs higher next week at Wilkesboro, but we'll take a look and see what happens with that. But thank you for your time, Tanner.
Yeah, thank you, Al. Appreciate all you do.
Tanner Tallarico going to come home and P number 3 here tonight, as he will round out our Postma Flooring late model stock post-race show here in the LaPlante Racing Products post-race show. With that being said, let's take a look at your feature results for tonight's 125 lap main event, as it was the Justin Brooks, the J number 33, coming in, hitting the victory lane over Greggy Long and Tanner Tallarico. Steve Hoffman and Andrew Payne, your top 5 in what was a rough and tumble end of this one. But man, a great racing all night long. And next week we're going to head to the very fast North Wilkesboro Speedway for the season finale for the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour. And what a great night of racing. We'll find out who is going to be the champion for this series in 1 week's time. It's going to be a great night. You're not going to want to miss it. And we thank you for your viewership here tonight. And once again, on behalf of the Postma Flooring team, make sure you reach out to Zach Postma Flooring, for all of your flooring needs, and thank them for being a proud sponsor of the Late Model Stock Tour. Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs, Jersey-style soup, subs, and salads serving West Michigan. And the LaPlante Racing Products LLC Triple Crown Series here tonight coming to an end. We'll talk to our champion in 1 week's time once the points are calculated. We know for sure who it's going to be. I think it is going to be possibly a tie, so we got to figure out what the tiebreaker is between Tallarico and Andrew Payne here tonight. So we'll find out who won that, and we'll talk to them next week in our pre-race show for the season finale at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. But until then, we thank you for tuning on in, and we hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And thank you for watching the Turn 3 Racing Network. And tune in tomorrow night for the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Good night, everybody.